Hey everybody, Chase of the Pierce family here. Today we're going to be starting a new Let's Play. It's going to be a game I played a lot as a kid for the Super Nintendo. This is A Link to the Past, Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, with a little bit of a twist. This is a randomized version of the game. If you want to play your own version of the game randomized, you can just Google Link to the Past Randomizer. You're going to find a website that will bring you through all the steps, how to make your own version of the game. We're going to be playing a really chilled, laid-back version. We're not going to be, rushing or anything, because the point of the site is to be set up for speed runs. They do a lot of speed running of the randomized version of this game. So with that, there's a lot of settings you can set up, a lot of unique settings. So we have unique sprites, we have unique heart color, we have some unique options turned on to make the game a little bit, some quality of life changes. So we're going to go through and we'll talk a little bit about how the game normally goes and what's different in this version. So the way the game normally is set up is a very linear path. Update our privacy policy. It's a very linear path, so you find items in order to get to new areas, in order to get new items to progress through the game in a very linear path. You need one item to get the next, to get the next. So everything in the game is randomized when it comes to items. So these chests and what bosses drop and things like that, different events in the game, are completely randomized. Normally we get a lantern from this chest, and it most likely isn't going to be a lantern. In fact, it's going to be a piece of heart, which is going to increase our health a little bit if we collect 4 of those. So the whole point of the game is just going through the game and really not being guaranteed you're going to get stuff you need to get to the next portion of the game. So you have to kind of like hunt around for these chests to find out, to find the stuff you need, change the flow of the game. So I'm going to try to play the game in a straightforward way as possible to the normal pathing that the game has. And if things change, we'll talk about it and stuff. So we get here. Oh wow, that is an item you get much later in the game. So that's very interesting. So we have the only way we have to attack is with this item, doing stuff like this. So that's not ideal. Hopefully we'll get an actual weapon sooner or later. So that's the power glove. It allows us to pick up some pretty heavy objects, so that's going to be very interesting. There are going to be some areas that we just cannot beat without certain items, so it's really going to be a quest to find the item so we can go ahead and beat those portions of the game. So in the original game, this intro part is pretty much unchanged. The whole point is you go and you save Zelda. Zelda has been taken captive, so we're just going to go save her, bring her to a safe place, and that really hasn't changed. Normally you would then go through an order of the different temples. There's 3 temples in the beginning. You would go through, beat those 3 temples, and then progress the game from there, but that's pretty much never going to work out the way it normally does. Alright. So another fun thing. I'm just going to throw this. Another fun thing about the game is a lot of the items have been randomized to include things like currency. So those little gems you're seeing, those are rupees. That's the currency of the game. So instead of an important item, you might just get some money, which can be useful, but not really. You can also just get bombs. The bombs are actually important. Oh. You can get bombs, you can get arrows, you can get little inventory upgrades, stuff like that. So hopefully things will be straightforward and we can progress the game okay. But we're just going to relax, we're just going to have a good time. We're just going to see what we got. Oh, missed. Well, you can't bring an item through like that. Alright, so that's interesting. So that is an armor upgrade. So we'll be taking less damage now, which is super useful. Oh man. Not having a weapon like a sword makes this pretty difficult. So the armor upgrade you usually get much later in the game, but it makes it to where we take half damage from all attacks. So it's very useful here in the beginning. We'll be taking a lot less damage. Oh man, that was awful. Oh no. So we're trying to get a little creative with how we defeat enemies. You might notice in the very beginning of the video, the title screen was in Japanese. That's because this version of the game, the version of the game that the randomizer requires, is the Japanese version, and it is set up for speedrunning. So they've done a lot of little changes. So if you notice, a lot of the text, a lot of the cutscenes has been taken out. Normally, you would talk to Zelda there, and you get a little bit of the backstory, but because this is for speedrunning, they took that out. So fun little stuff like that. And the game is randomized and optimized in such a way that it is always beatable. So we're not going to have to worry about not getting an item to beat a dungeon and not being able to complete the game. We just really have to get creative and figure out where the stuff is and get it so we can progress. So we got Zelda, so now we're just going to take a little shortcut through the castle to go through the sewers to get her to a safe place. Oh man, this game was so much fun whenever I was young. I played it just all the time. It was so good. I don't know if I'll play any better than when I was young. I haven't played it in quite a while. So expect to see me die a couple times. It's nothing crazy. Alright, in the sewers. Ooh, snakes. Oof. Not a fan of snakes. It's fine. This is the first one that requires a key, so we gotta get a key. I think there's a key. Well, we actually have a key. There's a chest here, though. It's a map. Okay. Not very useful. So every dungeon in these Zelda games has 2 of the items in every dungeon is a map and a compass, which gives you this little setup. So it gives you the entire layout of the dungeon, and the compass will tell you usually where the boss is or where the important item is. There's usually a big chest in every dungeon. Alright, here's why we needed a bomb. Because otherwise we'd have to come back. So we got a little secret area with 3 chests. Alright, shield, ice rod, and some money. Alright, well, that's some pretty useful stuff. Now there are a couple of items that are going to be super important to beating the game. So in order to beat the game, the only condition needed to beat the game is to beat the final boss, which is Ganon. In order to get to Ganon, you need to beat you need to gather all 7 crystals for the Dark World, which we're going to talk about once we get to the map. So you got it here. So we need to be able to do stuff in the Dark World. So there's 2 items needed just to navigate the Dark World and stuff. So normally in the game, at this point, you would have to go to the village to talk to the Elder, as you can see on our map. Oh, they actually skipped that portion. So this is good to show right now. So normally there's 2 different worlds in this game. There's Light World and Dark World. We're currently in the Light World. The Light World normally has 3 pendants. You can see the green pendant down there in the desert in the bottom left corner of the map. Usually you would collect 3 pendants, you would get a special sword, you would beat the first boss, and he would transport you to the Dark World where there are 7 crystals that you would then have to gather to beat the last boss. So 2 of those crystals are in this world, so we have to beat those 2 dungeons. And then the other crystals are going to be in the dark world. We don't have to do the pendants, but we're probably going to, just because we're trying to have fun here. Trying to relax and have fun. We'll just go ahead and try to beat everything, so you guys can see all the bosses and all the dungeons and lay out everything. It's a really, really great game. So this is normally our first stop. Kakariko Village, I believe is how it's pronounced. And I know that there are an absolute ton of items to get here. There's just a ton of chances for good stuff. So this is going to be our first stop. So we have... I have bombs? Oh, good. I was about to get worried. So we have 4 chests here, and then we're going to have 1 more chest in that bombed wall back there. So that's 4 items right there. So let's see if we can get anything good. So there's going to be oh, wow. So that's actually a super useful item. It's one of the required items to beat some of the dungeons. So a lot of the time, we're going to be getting a bunch of money in this game. And money is useful to an extent. But there gets to be a point where it's just not what you want to see. You don't want to see a whole bunch of money all over the place. You want to see the actual items that you need. So it's a good thing we have $100. I can talk to the bottle man over here. He's going to give me an item. Wow. I forgot we actually got the power glove. Okay, so that's the upgraded power glove. There's these 2 different types of stones in this game. There's light colored stones and there's dark colored stones. Light colored stones require the first glove to pick up, and dark colored stones require the second glove to pick up. So we got the second glove, so we can pick up any stone in the game. So we can do a whole bunch of stuff now. There's 5 more chests here. Again, seeing that money, not super useful. Wow. Okay. So that's the ocarina or ocarina. I can't remember which pronunciation is correct. But it's super useful in this game because it unlocks a fast travel system, pretty much. So you come up to the statue, you play your ocarina, a bird's going to be released, and then we can use this bird to travel to 8 different points around the Overlord Map, saving us a bunch of travel time. It's going to be super nice. The music in this game is so good. So nice and peaceful. Alright, let's see. Yeah, a couple of little items around here. Got one here. Alright, well now we've collected 4 pieces of heart. That gives us a heart upgrade, so now we have more maximum HP. So again, not required for the game, but very useful. Excuse me while I take a sip. Always good to stay hydrated. Alright, we got a couple more things to check. We have the inn here. More money. Oh, chicken. We are going to go check the race game. So we have 1 bomb. So we'll go check the race game since we can get there. Hopefully it's something good. What's this guy have to say? Now I should probably talk to him. Oh, because we opened the door? I know that these guys are brothers, and I know that they have not been getting along. Did you come from my brother's room? Are we cool? I guess they had some beef. I mean, this guy is like... There's no way to get to his house except going through this wall in his brother's house. Like, he could, like, jump down, but that doesn't really do anything. Oh, yeah, 15 seconds, go. Oh, we don't have a sword. We gotta pick these bushes up one at a time. That's great. Okay. Gotta go fast. And this is a bomb upgrade. I always wondered why they had the minute option here. Did it take someone a full minute to go through this maze? I mean, I can understand if you didn't do it in the 15 seconds, but a minute? That seems like a long time. Nice, canvas trash. He's not lying. So that little symbol, whenever you see a golden bomb with a +5 or a +10, or golden arrows with +5 or +10, that just means capacity. So we can hold more bombs, we can hold more arrows. This is going to go into that column of not super useful. It'll be nice, but not required. Alright, so we're going to go check Lost Woods up top. We can actually go to the Dark World right now, which is insane. We can't do anything there. In this game, these are the stones I was talking about. With the first glove, you can pick up these little light-colored stones. With the second glove, there are darker stones you can pick up. Boom. Bombs are useful. Bombs are super useful. Alright. Stop 1 is going to be the Thieves' Hut. A little secret entrance right here. With an item, hopefully. $50. Have you seen Andy? He was out looking for our prized Ether medallion. I wonder when he will be back. So there are 3 different medallions in this game. There's Ether, Bombos, and Quake. They each have they're each magical medallions that do different things, and some of them are. Oh wow! So this is a half magic upgrade. So now anything we do requiring magic will only obviously take half the amount of magic ups before. That's actually super useful. I can rely on my magic items much more now. Much more now. Oh yeah. Yes, there's 3 medallions in the game. One of them you get in the Dark World, and 2 of them come from these little tablets throughout the world that you can read with another item we're going to have to find at some point. But because we have the Titan's Mint, that upgraded yellow gauntlet, we can check, I believe it's called, there's the darker stones I was talking about, we can pick up now. I believe it's called King's Tomb, is what the location's called normally. Alright, well he's immune. That's didn't know that. Can we not push this? Can you not hurt him? Oh yeah, I heard him. Cool. Ooh. Skills. You can't push this? You have to run into it? Like, I know you can push these tombs. I thought you could push this one. Oh, it's a ghost. Oh, jeez. I'm ready for that. Well, that changes things. Okay. Well, I guess we're going to go through the normal progression of the game now. Back on track. Normally, after you go to Kakariko Village and talk to whoever they want you to talk to there, you're sent over here to the first dungeon. This is it's going to be Eastern Palace. It is the first dungeon you're supposed to do in the game. There's a wise man you're supposed to talk to in the beginning. His name, I can't remember how to pronounce. So we're just going to call him Sasha. Because it's like Sashralah or something like that. We'll just call him Sasha. But Sasha has a bombable wall back behind him we get some items out of. And we're so lucky we have 1 bomb. I hope that works. It's close enough, right? Yeah. Cool. 3 chests. Let's do it. Heart piece. Bombs. $5. Okay. He'll also give you an item. Want something for free? Go earn the green pendant in the Desert Palace, and I'll give you something. So, in the normal game, you trade after you earn the green pendant. He gives you an item. It's interesting that they did it specifically like that. It's where it's the oh. Can I? Okay, well that works. It's interesting that they did green pendant specifically and not beat the first dungeon. I'll give you an item. It's specifically the green pendant. So once we get the green pendant, then we'll be able to go back and talk to him and get something. It might be super useful. We might have to do it, or maybe we'll never get around to because we don't need to. So I guess we're going to dive in here real quick and just see what we can find. It's probably a bad idea. You need... I don't want to get, like, stuck. Yeah, we don't have a good way to kill stuff right now. Not everything can be killed by the hook shot. Okay, we actually have a really close amount to go to Zora. So I'm gonna backtrack and I'm gonna go back and try to look for some more items. Because this dungeon is actually unbeatable unless you have the bow. So there's no point in going there until we at least have that. The bow might be in there. Who knows? But we definitely need some more items before we can actually dive in there and do some good stuff. So I'm going to check... What am I doing? I don't have to... Playing this game randomly, you always forget what items you have. So this is the Overlord Map for the bird. So you can fly all over the place and just go places. So we're actually just going to go ahead real quick and we're going to grab some items. So we're going to do... Should we do Zora first? No. We're going to do Water Temple. There's 2 items here. Full Heart. That's more life. We'll go out, reset those bricks. Come back in. And we're going to go and drain the water here. Draining the water in here will drain the water outside. There's always such cool little things this game did. So we drain the water here and we have 300 rupees, okay? So that's the last bit of money we need for Zora. So we can afford to go to him now. I hope that motorcycle isn't making too much noise out there. It's pretty loud. We're going to go over on this side. There's some caves over here we can check with our bombs. Then maybe we'll check Zora as one of our last things. Where are my bombs? So real quick, if you notice I'm switching items at the top using the trigger buttons on the shoulder buttons on my controller. That's not normal to the game. That's actually a randomized option. Whenever you're creating the game, the random game, you can pick options like that, like quick swap items. I think I have menu speed, fast menu speed, so that's why this appears really fast and goes off. Those are the little things you can do with the randomizer. So I just need to go back here because I know there's an item cave over here we can get to. Oof. These crabs hurt. They deal a lot of damage. Oh yeah. Oh, I know we can. I know we can. Oh, that was a mistake. I know we can sneak along the bottom right here. Oh man. I hate the way these things move. They're so, like, just random. Lots of bombs now. That's good, though. Alright, so we have 5 items here. This guy will actually give you an item. $20. Okay. $5. 10 bombs. 50 bucks. And a bottle. The bottle is useful, at least. But, man, that's just really not as good as it could be. Trying to swing a sword with no sword. So we're going to go back to Kakariko real quick. There's one house we didn't go into, so there's no point. So in this house is the sick boy, the bug catcher boy, also the bottle boy. He will not give you his item unless you have a bottle. Because normally he gives you a bug catching net. Piece of heart, okay. Normally he gives you a bug catching net. And the only way you can use a bug catching net is to have a bottle, that way you can put whatever you caught in the bottle. So you had to have a bottle before he even talked to you. So I guess we're gonna go to Zora now, real quick. This rock usually stops you from getting back there. And we'll go see what he has. Zora's always one of those big gambles. He costs 500 bucks. And normally he gives you the water walking slippers, so you can swim. Well, he gives you flippers so you can swim. We're not guaranteed to get flippers, but hopefully it's something useful. And you have to traverse through his little area up here. There's going to be an item up here too. It's a full heart. Okay. 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 Being slow and having to go through this. Oh man, it sucks. So without the flippers, Link can't swim in those dark blue patches of water. He doesn't take any damage from falling. Oh man. He doesn't take any damage from falling into them. But, oh, he can't swim. So, you have to only use this light part to walk on. It's like shallow water. Stun this guy. I'll take just about any useful item from this guy right now. Like, anything. Give me a sword. Something even more useful. It is 5 extra arrows. That is not what we wanted to see. Man, we are going to have to do some serious diving for some items here, because I'm kind of running out of ideas. Oh, we have hookshot, and we have hookshot, and we have the flute, so we can do some weird stuff on the mountain. Whoops, got him. So we can't get to that item yet because you have to be able to swim back behind this area to get to that spot. Since we don't have the flippers, we can't swim there. All right. So I think we are going to wrap it up here for today. We're going to continue in the next episode. We're going to go check on the mountain. Hopefully we get some items. We can start doing some dungeons. Hopefully make some really good progress. Thanks so much for watching. If you really enjoyed, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think. If you know of an area that I've missed that's very easy to get to that we can go back to, just leave a comment down below. Tell me what information you got. And yeah, we'll just get through this together. See you guys next time. Thanks.